Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your presentation party, Simon Baker, Senior People Director for Kazoo, and Steve Dawson, Chairman of the World Snooker Tour. The runner-up receiving the silver medal and a cheque for £200,000 and the admiration of so many. What a brilliant fortnight for Jack Jones. And the winner, receiving a cheque for £500,000, the trophy and the title 2024 Kazoo World Snooker Champion, Kyren Wilson. Your champion, Kyren Wilson.
So there we have the whole family down there. Kyren's mum and dad, Rob and Sonia. And as he said, what sacrifices they've made in order to get him to this point. Sophie and the boys and his brother, Taylor. There have been a lot on the go off the table for this family in the last 2 years, but it is certainly been worth the wait for Kyren Wilson to get back into this final. It's actually third time lucky in a Triple Crown final because he lost in 2018 to Mark Allen at the Masters, as he was reminding us out there. There were tears, but there were tears of joy here after that final against Ronnie in this very venue 4 years ago. What kind of world champion will he make and how well will he wear the crown, Steve Davis?
Oh, he'll be a wonderful ambassador for the game. He's a great guy, and I think you can see how much it meant to him. He's been totally professional all his career. He was the best player here this week. He was the most solid, he was the most consistent, he was the most powerful. OK, he struggled a bit over the line, but in the end, he potted some great balls to win it in style.
He did indeed. There we are. It's Kyren with his mum and dad. And this has been a lifetime's ambition. And it was Peter Ebdon who said, he's a world champion and it takes one to know one. He said this 7 years ago. Peter was absolutely correct. And it's been a gradual progression to get there, Jim.
Yeah, and he had the heartache of being in the final before. Those are the finals you mentioned that he's not won. I mean, what an unbelievable achievement to go and win the world. And it's lovely scenes. There's his brother. His brother's absolutely brilliant, honestly. They're together all the time, all the practice routines. His brother is his biggest fan, as you'd imagine, and thoroughly deserved. He's totally professional, lovely family man, got a lovely... And what lovely memories he's got for those two young boys to be on a snooker table with his dad winning the World Championship.
Absolutely. And that picture there with Taylor and with Kyren, you know, they've been so self-disciplined, almost obsessive, actually, in their attention to detail to get this done. You know, everything from diet to hypnotherapy, you name it. They have tried everything to gain those extra few inches that are going to make all the difference when it comes to winning these titles.
Yeah, and I mean, that's happened in other sports. You see that in the world of golf, you've seen it in the world of tennis, and I think this snooker's getting more and more professional, and that's becoming what, you know, that's the yardstick now for every other player's got to up their game and be like this. It's going to be interesting to see what Kyren does next season. We'll move on, and interesting to see what Jack Jones does next season, but for the moment, Kyren Wilson can feel very, very proud with himself.
I've got to say, Jack Jones comes out of this with enormous credit.
Yes.
7-0 down, to put that amount of effort in and to run him so close when he didn't have his best was a magnificent achievement. And beforehand, people may have not known who he is, but they do now. He won't be the silent assassin anymore.
No, absolutely. And the world number 44 is no more because he's going to vault straight into the 16, as I was saying to him. He's going to be world number 14 from the start of next season. What message do you think his success sends to the rest of the tour, the rest of the players who are not in this 16 at the moment?
It's possible. It's the hard work and it's the effort. You've seen what Kyren's done. Jack has been absolutely brilliant through the tournament. There's absolutely no fluke that he's in this final. He's worked hard. He's got a brilliant all-round match play game, and he deserved everything he got. And he'll be better for this experience, guaranteed.
Absolutely. Now, we've got back-to-back first-time winners in this championship. Luca Brissell last year, and now Kyren, who's become the 23rd champion here at the Crucible since 1977. Actually hasn't happened since Selby and Bingham went back-to-back in 2014-15. And it's great to see a throughput of new champions.
Yes, it is, because, you know, I think the future is going to be worldwide. Players are going to come from all parts of the globe. And you don't know how many more champions from the UK are going to be produced. Give it 10 years, who knows where they're all going to come from. It was great to see Barry there, his coach. That was fantastic. He's, you know, all credit. He's a great coach, and good to see him there getting a smile.
Well, overall, it's not been the final lineup that we had anticipated. It's not been the championship that we'd been anticipating. But how will you best remember this one, John?
Shocks galore and wonderful matches, and the two quarter-finals I think were absolutely unbelievable. But a great championship, and all the better for being different. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. We didn't know who was going to be there, and if anyone had to pick the four semi-finals, then you need to go and give that crystal ball back.
Absolutely. And for you, Steve, what have you enjoyed best?
Do you know, I think it's been a revelation to watch for the second year a player that's you know, the first-time winner, and you know, maybe the changing of the guard. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the future. But Kyren Wilson deserves everything. Yeah, and as you say, you apologise to Jack for that outburst. That's just the emotions of it. That's wonderful.
How much do people like to see those outbursts? How much do they love to see the emotion of this sport?
Absolutely, of course it is. That's what it means to people, and you can see by his reaction. And I love the way you gave him a tissue, Hayes. That was very caring.
Well, I just thought it might happen out there after what happened at the Masters. But, you know, this has been an absolutely huge effort for Kyren Wilson and from Jack Jones, and it's been a big effort from everyone here in Sheffield. There's a massive production team involved in our coverage. You never get to see them, but we've all spent several decades together. They love this sport, and it really shows in what they have produced over the years as well. I'd like to say thank you, all of us, to each and every one of them behind the camera. But that's it. We're going to have to take the long rest, gentlemen. We will meet again at the UK Championship. It is all hail King Kyren, of the Crucible even. Bye-bye for now.